दुनिया के टॉप 3 देशों में आ चुका है। साथियों, 21वीं सदी का 1/4 हिस्सा बीत चुका है। इस सदी के अगले 25 साल और भी अहम है। इसलिए हमारा फोकस ब्लू इकोनॉमी पर है, सस्टेनेबल कोस्टल डेवलपमेंट पर है। हम ग्रीन लॉजिस्टिक्स, पोर्ट कनेक्टिविटी और कोस्टल इंडस्ट्रियल क्लस्टर पर बहुत जोर दे रहे हैं। साथियों, शिप बिल्डिंग भी आज के भारत की टॉप प्रायोरिटी में है। एक समय था जब भारत दुनिया के शिप बिल्डिंग का बहुत बड़ा सेंटर था। यहां से अजंता केव्स बहुत दूर नहीं है। वहां आपको 6th सेंचुरी का एक चित्र दिखेगा। इसमें एक 3-masted शिप का डिजाइन आपको मिलेगा। आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं, 6th सेंचुरी के चित्र में 3-masted शिप का डिजाइन, और ये डिजाइन इसके सदियों बाद दूसरे देशों ने इस्तेमाल करना शुरू किया।
All right, that was Prime Minister Modi at the conclave there in Mumbai. Moving on to other stories we're tracking for you right now on Prime 5. US President Donald Trump has confidently predicted striking a deal with Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Forum, following a period of trade tensions that have threatened to escalate. Trump said that he could reduce tariffs on Chinese goods in exchange for a commitment from Beijing to curb exports of chemicals which are used to make fentanyl. Now, the US currently imposes a 20% tariff on Chinese imports in addition to other tariffs because the US government believes China has not done enough to restrict fentanyl precursor exports. And in response, Beijing imposed retaliatory tariffs on US soybeans, and Chinese economic officials met over the weekend in Malaysia to build the framework of a trade deal that would include China resuming purchase of US soybeans. Okay, let's also now tell you about how the world will watch when the two leaders meet tomorrow. Let's now tell you what is on the agenda. Now, this is perhaps the first meet since Trump's second term began. That's between the Chinese President Xi Jinping and US President Donald Trump. The meet comes amid simmering trade tensions between both the countries, which at this point of time is at an all-time high. Well, the last time both the leaders met was in 2019. That was the last meeting, last face-to-face meeting between both the leaders. Now, let's tell you what will be on the agenda. Number one, it is trade and tariffs. Trump has said that he expects to sign a deal with China when he meets the Chinese President Xi Jinping tomorrow on the sidelines of the APEC summit. Next on the pipeline is technology and supply chain. Apart from this, issues like rare earths, soybeans and fentanyl are also on the table. That is when US President Donald Trump and the Chinese President Xi Jinping meet tomorrow. And for more on this, my colleague Aditya is now joining me live. Aditya, what are your expectations from this high-stakes meet between US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping?
Well, this comes after months of chaos and economic imbalance all across the world between the US and the China, the trade-off that has happened over the last few months. In fact, this would be the first meeting ever since 2019 between Trump and Xi Jinping tomorrow in Busan, South Korea. And a lot would be an agenda. But one thing clearly top of the agenda would be to clinch a trade deal between the two countries. There are a lot of sticking points that have been there. But the game changer really was when China decided to put export controls on the rare earths. Remember, China controls about 70% of the world's rare earths and also 90% of the processing of the rare earths. So clearly, if China had put a complete ban on the rare earths, then US would have faced a significant attack on its industries as well as the production capabilities all across. Because for a lot of manufacturing, including cars and a lot of electronics, you need the rare earths, and that are significantly coming from China. So perhaps somebody has told Trump in the last few days or weeks that it is the rare earths that are critical for the US and the US industry, and that's why there needs to be an amicable solution. Both need to come on the table. And there's been a lot of backroom dialogue that has happened between both Beijing and Washington D.C. So tomorrow is the day where, of course, there is a possibility that there could be some announcement between two leaders, because the meeting between the two leaders wouldn't have happened if there isn't action, if there isn't some progress that has already been made. So we do expect that immediately after the meeting tomorrow, there could be perhaps some announcement that is made.
Well, absolutely, Aditya. First meeting since 2019 and lots on the table. We'll, of course, be tracking this very closely with you, but thanks for joining us here. All right, while US President Donald Trump faced no kings demonstrations at home, its crowns galore abroad. In fact, South Korea showered the US president with opulence, gifted a replica ancient gold crown, awarded him with the Grand Order of Mungwagwa, the country's highest decoration, and treated him to a gold-themed dessert as well. Trump landed in South Korea on the final leg of a trip through Asia that also saw stops in Malaysia and Japan, with high-profile trade talks expected with Chinese President Xi Jinping tomorrow. Trump is the first US leader to receive South Korea's highest order. Listen in to what he said.
I'd like to wear it right now. Thank you so much. We'll cherish it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Moving on to other global news, about 200 Brazilian police and soldiers launched a massive raid on a drug trafficking gang in Rio de Janeiro on Tuesday, arresting 81 suspects and sparking shootouts that left at least 60 suspects dead. This is what the officials have said. The operation included officers in helicopters and armored vehicles and targeted the notorious Red Command in the sprawling low-income favelas of Complexo de Alamo and Pena. And this is according to the police officials. The police operation was one of the most violent in Brazil's recent history, with at least one human rights organization calling for an investigation into each death.
Gunfire echoes through Rio de Janeiro as Brazil carried out a fierce war-like crackdown. Armored police convoys storm narrow alleyways, faces masked, fingers on triggers as the police hunt down drug gangs accused of terrorizing the country, including the Comando Vermelho or Red Command crime syndicate in Rio de Janeiro. Named Operation Containment, the largest in the city's history, included 2,500 federal officers in helicopters and armed vehicles, drones, demolition units and ambulances. Footage shows officers in action, arresting the alleged suspects, some of whom responded with gunfire and explosives. Rio's conservative state governor, Claudio Castro, said 60 criminal suspects were neutralized and 81 arrested, while 75 rifles and large amounts of drugs were seized during the massive one-day raid, calling the government to provide more support to combat crime.
5h20 da tarde, estou aqui no Palácio Guanabara. É um dia importante para o Rio de Janeiro hoje. A maior operação da história das nossas polícias.
This is not the first such police operation to take place in Brazil. Rio has already witnessed large-scale and sometimes heavy-handed police operations targeting crime-ridden poorer areas ahead of international events. Yet this was amongst the most violent operations the country has seen, taking place days before the COP30 Global Climate Summit in November. No official state of emergency has been declared, but the government has strengthened security measures and called emergency meetings to assess the situation. The police operation was one of the most violent in Brazil's recent history, with the UN condemning the violent crackdown and calling for a probe into each death. Authorities call it a necessary war on organized crime. But as bullets fly and civilians are caught in the crossfire, critics ask, how far is too far in the fight to dismantle Brazil's powerful gangs? With Disha Bagchi, Bureau Report, NDTV World.
All right, Hurricane Melissa is now moving towards Cuba after devastating Jamaica as the most powerful storm to strike the Caribbean nation in modern history. The storm has now weakened into a Category 3 system, packing winds of around 205 km per hour, down from the record-breaking 297 km per hour gusts that battered Jamaica's coastline earlier. Forecasters warn that parts of Jamaica could still see up to 30 inches of rain. All right, Hurricane Melissa has, of course, caused severe damage to some of the major hospitals in Jamaica. As we mentioned earlier, it is the strongest storm to ever hit the Caribbean nation in modern history. And visuals on your screens right now show abandoned hospitals, roofs ripped off as they're hit by powerful winds. Jamaican officials have said that 4 major hospitals in the island nation have suffered major damage. And while these are some of the defining images of the after impact of Hurricane Melissa, which has perhaps caused severe damage in the nation there. All right, the footage now shows the moment of the area there battered by flooding and destruction. The footage on your screens right now shows the moment the roof of Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital in Jamaica was ripped off, leaving bystanders in a state of shock. Melissa is now a Category 3 hurricane. That is according to a new update from the U.S. National Hurricane Center. All right, on that note, we slip into a very short break. Come right back. Lots lined up for you. Keep watching NDTV 24/7.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। गाजी, रोहन, रोहन से।
The battle for Bihar is on. Bihar on a turning pitch, or captain stays the same. NDTV hosts the biggest pre-poll event. Bihar's warriors, challengers and biggest faces live. NDTV Power Play Bihar. Unmissable in Patna, November 1st.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot.
Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
When it comes to elections, I am a journalist, analyst, commentator, and an advisor.
My point of view is not for the faint-hearted.
Nothing escapes my eyes. Not the leaders, not their agendas, not even the real game of elections.
हम सबको खबर देते हैं, हम सबकी खबर लेते हैं, चुनावों की भी, दावों की भी। बिहार की सोच, बिहार का फैसला।
पत्रकारिता का जो पहलू दिखता नहीं, वो हम दिखाते हैं।
इलेक्शंस की सारी खबरें मेरे साथ।
Watch me cover the Bihar battleground on NDTV 24/7.
In Bihar, bahut politics hai. The year's election super final. Can Jai Viru storm the palace? Or will Bihar double engine defend? Fierce fight, electric election. Biggest team, biggest coverage. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
The most coveted invitation in the Indian corporate golf.
Some breaking news coming in for you at this point of time. A huge SIR and NRC showdown in West Bengal. Poll-bound West Bengal has escalated. TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee has warned. He has said that they will thrash the BJP lawmakers, the BJP netas, and tie them up if they ask for birth certificates. Of course, this comes after the Election Commissioner just a few days ago announced that SIR will take place for poll-bound West Bengal, and he had also said that there are no deadlocks in West Bengal, but we have seen that the non-NDA ruled states like West Bengal, they have major apprehensions against SIR, with Mamata Banerjee also saying that she will not let SIR happen. Take a listen.
যারা ইলেকশন কমিশনে কাজ করেন দেখাতে পারবেন স্থানীয় যারা বিজেপির নেতারা যদি এখানে ঢোকেন ঘিরে ধরবেন এদেরকে বলবে বাবা ঠাকুরদার সার্টিফিকেট নিয়ে আয় তারপর প্রচার করতে আসবে বাবা ঠাকুরদার সার্টিফিকেট নিয়ে আয় তারপর প্রচার করতে আসবি বেঁধে রাখবেন গাছে পোস্টে বেঁধে রাখবেন হাত তুলবেন না আমরা শান্তিতে বিশ্বাস করি বলবেন সার্টিফিকেট নিয়ে আয় তারপর তো দড়ি খুলবো যা তোর বাবার সার্টিফিকেট বাবার বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট তোর দাদুর বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট তোর ঠাকুরদার বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট আর তোর দিদিমার বার্থ সার্টিফিকেট তোর অমিত শাহ মোদী সরকার যে আমাদের থেকে সার্টিফিকেট চেয়েছে আগে তোরা সেই সার্টিফিকেট মানুষকে দেখা তারপর কাগজ চাইবি মানুষের থেকে
All right, and that was TMC lawmaker Abhishek Banerjee, who's clearly said that they will thrash BJP lawmakers if they ask for birth certificates. This is, of course, a huge showdown in poll-bound West Bengal after the Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumar a few days ago announced that SIR will take place pan-India Phase 2 SIR in 12 states and union territories, which also includes West Bengal. And we have with us Shishir Bajoria. He's from BJP joining us live. Mr. Bajoria, welcome to NDTV. First up, what do you have to say? Why is there such a strong opposition against SIR in West Bengal, with the Election Commissioner also clearly saying that the last SIR that took place was 24 years ago, and there's a high need for SIR to take place in West Bengal as well?
If you look at the opposition MP, Abhishek Banerjee, on your own TV, you can see fear absolutely written in capital letters across his face. What is this fear about? Fear is about, he knows, the whole party knows, that moment SIR happens, the fake voters, duplicate voters, infiltrators who have been on the voting list, dead voters, when their names are cut, TMC's government is gone. The difference between TMC and BJP in the last election was only 40 lakh votes. And all statistics show that minimum 1 crore voters would be defranchised because they are duplicates, fake, dead voters. It's very visible that the mismatch which is already there is of 3 crore 40 lakh voters. Even if definitely these matches will take place, but at least 1 crore voters, the fake voters, and I'm repeating, infiltrators, dead voters, duplicate voters, their names will be cut. I would like to remind the MP, their own coach, who has been consulted for years, very famous man in Bengal and all, by the initials PK. It's been found that their own coach has got 2 votes, one in Bengal, one in Bihar. What does this MP have to say? And these are only dhamkis, simple dhamkis. Their last days are there, numbered.
Right, Mr. Bajoria, thanks for joining us on NDTV and sharing your insights with us. Well, I'm also being joined by Shreshi Day. She's joining me live from Kolkata. Shreshi, get us up to speed with this, with what's happening in West Bengal, the huge showdown over SIR. And with the TMC lawmaker, they're clearly saying that they will thrash BJP lawmakers if they ask for birth certificates. Why this apprehension, despite the EC clearly saying that the aim and objective of SIR is perhaps to remove any kind of infiltrators on the voter list?
Well, we are seeing the political, leaders muscle flex here in West Bengal. Both the BJP and the Trinamool Congress are, speaking out over this SIR exercise that has begun here in West Bengal. But it is, heightened here in the state, given the fact that the state will go to elections early next year. The entire process of SIR is going to be completed in the first week of February. And right after that, we are expecting the Election Commission to announce the election dates for West Bengal as well. So the SIR and the West Bengal polls are going to happen back to back, and both the BJP and the Trinamool Congress, of course, making sure that their vote bank remains intact, because this is going to be a huge political fight here in the state. While Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee would have completed 3 full terms here in the state, the BJP, which has never come to power here in West Bengal, will be looking at dethroning her. And of course, both the camps are now utilizing the SIR issue to hurl allegations at each other and to politically muscle flex. The BJP has rolled out its CAA camps across West Bengal, saying that genuine Hindu voters who are left out will be given citizenship by the party and by the centre through CAA, while the Trinamool Congress has made it clear that no genuine voter should be left out. Yesterday we heard Abhishek Banerjee say that in case any valid voter is eliminated from the voters list, they will gheraw Election Commission in New Delhi. And today he has again sent a provocative statement saying that if BJP leaders come in the local areas to campaign, ask them for their certificates. So of course the political statements coming out from both the BJP and the Trinamool Congress has been of high voltage, keeping SIR at the centre of it, given the political fight between the two parties and the election timing next year.
Right, Shri, thanks for getting us the latest on this. Let's also listen into some political reactions coming in as SIR, phase 2 of SIR has been announced in 12 states and union territories, including poll-bound West Bengal.
ऑल इंडिया तृणमूल कांग्रेस के ओर से यहाँ पर जो ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग था उसमें हम लोग आए और मैं स्पष्ट किया हूँ हमारे पार्टी के तरफ से हम सब जो एक भी जेन्युइन वोटर का नाम अगर कटा तो हम लोग को SRI का आप जितना भी करे उसका विरोध हम करेंगे। दूसरा जो CIA के नाम से जो कैंप हो रहा है ये इलेक्शन कमीशन और इनके गांठ-साठ में अगर हो रहा है तो इसका खिलाफ हम लोग जाएंगे और CIA जो कर रहा है बीजेपी और आपका इलेक्शन कमीशन इसका जो गठबंधन बन रहा है इसका CA इसका खिलाफ हम लोग करेंगे। दरकार होने से उनका पांव तोड़ दिया जाएगा।
बोला था CA नहीं होने देंगे, फिर SIR नहीं होने देंगे। आज उन्हीं के पार्टी के तरफ से DLA 2 का लिस्ट भेजा जा रहा है इलेक्शन कमीशन को, तो पूरा सहयोग करेंगे, पूरा करेंगे। लेकिन नया ये बहाना शुरू कर दिया लोगों को भड़काने के लिए, इस पर कोई न जाए। ऐसे का आतंक कौन चढ़ा रहा है? जो लोग विरोधी के ये इंडी ग्रुप के लोगों को भड़काने के लिए नया नया तरीका ला करके ये सब कर रहे हैं। कहीं एनआरसी की बात नहीं है। पहले CIR SIR पूरा होगा, उसके बाद कोर्ट किया था एनआरसी की बात, तो कोर्ट बोलेगा तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन अभी SIR पूरा देश में पूरा होगा।
All right, President Draupadi Murmu, the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces, flew a Rafale fighter aircraft at the Ambala Air Force Station in Haryana. However, what also got attention was the President posing with squadron leader Shivangi Singh after the flight. Now remember, Shivangi Singh is the first and only female pilot of the Rafale fighter jet who was claimed to have been captured by the Pakistanis during Operation Sindoor. President Murmu is officially the first president to have flown the Rafale fighter jet. Remember, Rafale jets were used during Operation Sindoor, and the jets were formally inducted into the Indian Air Force in 2020. Let's also listen in to Shivaru's view on Shivangi Singh.
Very, very significant photograph, and might I add that this is a picture that has been put out without any fanfare, without any captions. The Indian Air Force and Rashtrapati Bhavan have not, pointed to the photo and said, look, here is Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh. This is something that NDTV broke all by itself. We saw this picture among the pictures that had been put out by the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and I, of course, recognize Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh in this picture that's already gone super viral all across India. And it is such a subtle message and yet such a slap, because the Pakistan media, mainstream media and otherwise, had gone to town. Organizations like Al Jazeera and others had reported the capture of a female Indian Air Force pilot, Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh, after her Rafale aircraft had been shot down. Even though the propaganda had been busted even at that time, this picture busts, is equal to 1,000 words and 1,000,000 lies, really. What the Indian Air Force is doing, and it isn't really actively trying to bust any myths or propaganda, because after all, Squadron Leader Shivangi Singh is a qualified flying instructor, Rafale pilot, belongs to the squadron, so there's nothing specific or unusual about the photo. But given Pakistan's frantic attempt to spread propaganda and divert attention away from all its battered air bases across the country, which finally brought Operation Sindoor to an end, this picture takes on such a huge amount of significance, because it radiates confidence, it radiates power. It shows that the Indian Air Force, has busted this propaganda at a time and place of its choosing, done it subtly. You've got the president flying from an airbase, literally from where the strikes were conducted deep inside Pakistan. She's flying from an airbase which happens to be operationally active right now, because it's only 200 kilometers from the Pakistan border. So at many different levels, whether it is posing with Shivangi Singh, whether it is flying in a Rafale, flying from Ambala, just 200 kilometers from the Pakistan border, all of it just radiates a kind of quiet self-assuredness and confidence of the Indian Air Force in a year when it has really, really made combat history.
All right, now the news. The air quality in the national capital still remains the very poor category after the failure of the cloud seeding experiment yesterday, at a cost of over 1.2 crore, according to reports, where the Delhi government conducted 2 cloud seeding trials yesterday in a bid to induce artificial rain in the capital as a part of measures to curb worsening pollution levels. However, the 2 sorties from Kanpur and Meerut failed to induce rain. Only marginal rains, which have not really helped the capital breathe better. Well, IIT Kanpur in a statement said rainfall could not be triggered yesterday because moisture levels were around 50 to 20%. Meanwhile, the cloud seeding turned into a political flashpoint, with the Aam Aadmi Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party trading barbs. Delhi Environment Minister Manjinder Singh Sirsa brushed off Aam Aadmi Party's claims of unsuccessful cloud seeding and claimed that the trials were a success. The Environment Minister reassured, saying that the government was waiting for the moisture to go up to conduct the trial. Aam Aadmi Party Saurabh Bhardwaj hit out at the government, saying that there was no rain in Delhi after cloud seeding and that the government was committing fraud. Take a listen.
Sir, how do you see the yesterday's 2 trials that you conducted on cloud seeding?
Those were the successful trials. The purpose of the trial was to find out that in how much moisture can Delhi get a rain. So yesterday the moisture was between 10 to 15%. So that was the first trial on the clouds done by IIT Kanpur. IIT Kanpur is trying to study that in the Delhi conditions, at what point of time with how much percentage of moisture can Delhi get a rain. This was the first trial, and these kind of trials, there will be another 7 to 8 more trials in coming days.
You're saying 7 to 8 more trials, sir. Any of these trials being conducted today as well, sir?
See, as of now, when we are talking, the moisture is in the cloud is around 10 to 15%. We are waiting to increase. The IMD has said that after 4 o'clock, there is a chances of more moisture in the air, in the clouds. The moment we'll get that report, we'll try to do a cloud seeding again, maybe today or tomorrow.
So yesterday, when these 2 trials were conducted, we saw precipitation, but not actually, what you were expecting, the artificial rain. Are you still calling it successful?
No, But yes, it's 100% successful. The reason being was the purpose was the trial. It was not just for the rain purpose, because we don't have a data in our hand that at what point of time we should do a cloud seeding. That is the reason IIT is doing a trial, and that is the reason it is called a trial. So as far as the trial is concerned, it was a successful trial.
Now the opposition, the Aam Aadmi Party, is attacking you. They are also, in fact, doing the personal attack on you. But besides that, also they are questioning that is it actually a waste of public money, is what they are calling.
See, Aam Aadmi Party has been trying to do so in last 10 years. They have been every year they were saying कि हम cloud seeding से बरसात कराएंगे, हम cloud seeding से artificial rain कराएंगे. They were not able to achieve even a single C of the cloud seeding. So in the with the guidance of Rekha Gupta ji, the Chief Minister of Delhi, the government is able to get the majority of that purpose is the cloud seeding, which is signing agreement with the IIT Kanpur, getting the plane, getting it modified, getting the mixture done, and trying to get the spray and get the results. So definitely they will be speaking against us because they feel that they have been a biggest failure in last 10 years. That is the reason now they are shouting against us.
Election season is here again. The battle for Bihar begins.
नीतीश जी का बिहार चलाने योग्य नहीं.
बिहार जैसे राज्य में इतना भरोसा लोगों ने किया.
India's #1 network locked and loaded. The OG of election reporting.
ये सवाल पूछे जाते हैं कि फलाना जाति की क्या आबादी है. सरकार के पास जरूर ये आंकड़े होने चाहिए.
Elections in our DNA. In the heart of every voter.
वोट चोरी मुद्दा है भी और नहीं भी है.
NDTV 24/7, India's election engine.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France, in Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है.
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं. उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones, brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Rajkol begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Rajkol, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। गाजी, रोहन, कमाल से।
The battle for Bihar is on. Bihar on a turning pitch, or captain stays the same. NDTV hosts the biggest pre-poll event. Bihar's warriors, challengers and biggest faces live. NDTV Power Play Bihar. Unmissable in Patna, November 1st.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 Golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot.
Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
When it comes to elections, I am a journalist, analyst, commentator, and an advisor.
My point of view is not for the faint-hearted.
Nothing escapes my eyes. Not the leaders, not their agendas, not even the real game of elections.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 Golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot.
Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
Bihar, it would have been a very jam-packed street where I'm standing. This is the Khao Gali of Patna. And this entire road, wherever you will see, you will find a lot of these shops which are lined up all across. From this end, Ashwini will show you the other end as well. Right to the end of this road, there are just all these kiosk and roadside eateries where people of Patna come in the evening to have a meal, snack, and have a good time in general. But it's been raining throughout the day today. Prediction of rain tomorrow and day after as well, and that's dampened the spirits here in Patna. But that has not affected at all, ladies and gentlemen, the political temperatures of Bihar, which is going to see the first phase of elections on the 6th. And just 1 week before the polling is to take place for the first phase of elections, the big guns, political guns, are booming in Bihar. From Rahul Gandhi's first rally to Home Minister Amit Shah, who has also, in fact, he's now touring Bihar. And along with him are many chief ministers of the BJP. So one after another, the BJP has pulled in a lot of firepower in the elections of Bihar. Let me very quickly bring you the top headlines, election headlines from the state of Bihar. Big attack of Rahul Gandhi on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Says Prime Minister will do anything for votes. Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Yogi Adityanath and other chief ministers of BJP also in Bihar. Manifesto promises versus the BJP hitting out at the Mahagathbandhan. It's promises versus promises in the elections of Bihar. Prashant Kishore's dual ID card, voter ID, now becomes a political issue. All details coming up. It was, as I said, a day when the big guns boomed in the electoral battle of Bihar. Rahul Gandhi came for his first rally with Tejasvi Yadav, 2 rallies today in Muzaffarpur and Darbhanga, and starting right with a frontal attack, and the BJP calling it a personal attack on the Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi hit the election campaign running. It's just 1 week to go before the first phase of polling in Bihar. And Rahul Gandhi today, while attacking the BJP and the current government, he spoke about Nitish Kumar, he spoke about misgovernance, he spoke about jobs and everything else. But then he took the attack on the Prime Minister. And sniping at the Prime Minister, Rahul Gandhi said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will do anything for votes. Even if you ask him to dance on the stage, he will do that to garner the votes. This created a massive flutter. In the past, we have seen how personal attacks from prime ministers have been more or less been an advantage as far as the BJP is concerned. But BJP was immediate in its counter-attack from the top leaders, Giriraj Singh, union ministers, the chief minister, those who are touring Bihar, all of them hitting out at Rahul Gandhi. Listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said and the reaction of the Bharatiya Janata Party on that.
अगर आप कहोगे नरेंद्र मोदी जी आप ऐसा ड्रामा करो वोट के लिए वो कर देंगे जो भी करवाना है करवा लो मैं कह रहा हूं आप उनको कहो कि देखो भैया हम आपको वोट देंगे आप स्टेज पे आके नाच लो नाच लेंगे कह रहा हूं आप कोशिश करो मोदी जी आइए स्टेज पे आइए भाषण मत दीजिए डांस कर दीजिए हम आपको वोट देंगे देखना कर देंगे जो भी करवाना है करवा लो मैंने पिछली मीटिंग में कहा देखो भैया चुनाव से पहले आप मोदी जी से कुछ भी करवाना चाहते हो करवा सकते हो अगली मीटिंग में आएंगे भीड़ से कोई कहेगा एक आदमी नहीं अगर भीड़ से 200 लोगों ने कहा मोदी जी स्टेज पे जरा डांस कर दीजिए हम वोट देंगे डांस शुरू हो जाए तो भरतनाट्यम करना शुरू कर देंगे स्टेज पे।
आज बिहार में चुनावी प्रचार के पहले दिन ही उन्होंने भारतीय संस्कृति के सबसे महान पर्वों में से एक और बिहार की संस्कृति के सबसे बड़े महापर्व छठ पूजा के लिए जिस प्रकार के शब्दों का प्रयोग किया है, पहले गंदा पानी और उसके बाद ड्रामा शब्द का प्रयोग राहुल गांधी जी ने निंदनीय बयान दिया है, उससे बिहार की जनता स्तब्ध है और आक्रोशित है। मैं राहुल गांधी जी से और भारतीय जनता पार्टी राहुल गांधी जी से बताना चाहती है कि राहुल जी, ड्रामा वो नहीं होता है। ड्रामा वो होता है कि एक तरफ आपके साथ के दल कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं इरेडिकेशन ऑफ सनातन धर्म, और आप मंदिर से बाहर निकलकर अपनी जाति नहीं गोत्र बताते हैं। ये होता है ड्रामा।
Right, so this was Sudhanshu Trivedi. In fact, Rahul Gandhi, when he was speaking, he also went on to say that, in Delhi, he was taking the reference of Delhi, that there was an artificial ghat made for the Prime Minister because the elections are in Bihar. So that is why the BJP made a lot of show and dance about the Chhath festival in Delhi. And he said that for the common people, they were not providing clean water. Now, this has, in fact, angered the BJP. And before I go to a lot of people, those who are standing here, whether these are the issues that they would be voting on, let me very quickly bring in at this moment the guests, those who are joining me on the broadcast. Manish Bariyar is the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Gyan Ranjan from the Congress Party is also joining me. Amitabh Tiwari is the founder of Vote 5 and political strategist. Nirja Chaudhary is a senior journalist who is touring Patna. Amitabh is also in Patna. All flights, all trains for anybody who eats, breathes, drinks politics is leading here. So everybody is here in Patna. But let me start with you. Sabse pehle, Gyan Ranjan ji, let me ask you this very, very straight. Can you tell me when is the last time when a direct personal attack on the Prime Minister by your party has given any political dividends? Whether it was Chaukidar Chor hai, or before that in 2014 when Manishankar Iyer spoke about the Prime Minister, and even later, all of them have backfired on the Congress Party and the opposition in terms of electoral dividends. Do you think that Rahul Gandhi has made a mistake? Now it is going to be personal. Prime Minister would be able to play the victim card.
Ankit, it's very sad. What is derogatory in that? Tell me that. It is just similar. It is given as synonyms that if you really want to do something, you just say that for the vote, he can do anything. It is just a simple language the people understand. It's called a proverb. I don't think what he said. When, in fact, so many times, the Prime Minister and the other leader of BJP has said a lot of derogatory words about the Congress Party and the Congress leaders. So many times. The main problem is that when they speak, it is nothing to do. They are not attacking.
Sir, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you there. You are saying, let's not get into kisne kya bola, but ki isse pehle, so many things have been said. I agree. I can go on to the list. But the fact is, when you are speaking about the Prime Minister or the Bharatiya Janata Party, there are so many things that you can critique upon. By saying that Prime Minister को नाचने के लिए बोल दीजिए, वो नाच देंगे वोट के लिए, don't you think that is demeaning the office of the Prime Minister?
Don't you think that when the Prime Minister saying the very derogatory word and the word is spoken below the belt, then it doesn't demean the post of the Prime Minister? Don't you know there are a lot of lists? If you want me to convey those lists, I can do that. But this is the very selective. That is what I'm saying. When it is, they are very selective. But the people of Bihar is very different. They understand. India Gathbandhan is very much clear.
If Prime Minister does that, it is okay for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to also use the same language.
See, every time, if so many times you have a record that the Prime Minister has said a lot of derogatory words, a lot of words which is not said being holding the constitutional post of Prime Minister. They are not supposed to say that, but they have done that. But that is not attacking that. In that, this is what the problem is. That everyone got selective when Prime Minister speaks that. When you do something in a very simple language, don't sing for the vote. What is wrong in that? It is just a simple thing that wanted to convey. And in the election,
आज अगर वो कुछ बोल देंगे तो आज उसी पर बात होगी ना सर. अब मैं पुरानी बात अभी कैसे करूं? आज उन्होंने बोला है तो राहुल गांधी पे बात होगी. राहुल गांधी said something that I have to speak about Rahul Gandhi only.
Ankit ji, this is what I'm saying. I'm not going anything wrong. I just said it is a simple, plain word. We are saying that Bihari people are very much aware, and India Gathbandhan leader has already said that, Rahul Gandhi has already said that, Tejas has already said that we have the CM phase, we have leaders, we have intentions, we have policy to implement, and we are going to build a new Bihar, a Bihar of hope for youth, hope for human, hope for hospitalization, hope for education, hope for industrialization.
Let me get Manish on on this, Manish. The Congress doesn't think that there is anything wrong with what Rahul Gandhi said. He said that it was just a matter of a phrase which has been used. It is being blown out of context, and this kind of language, while any side should not, they are saying, you know, it's selective. You only speak about when Rahul Gandhi says anything about it. There is a list of the BJP leaders who come and say so many things. Nothing has been spoken about that.
Namaskar to you. Namaskar to my co-panelists, to all the viewers. See, Ankit ji, it's a matter of leadership versus comedy. Rahul Gandhi ji has been doing this comedy. It is very ironic. He has been doing this comedy for last 20 years. And he has not got an audience. Right. So while Prime Minister leads the nation, he still leads the mean page.
I'm just informing my team there. I think I've lost my connection with my office. So I am at this moment not able to hear it. I will just request my producers to quickly get me connected, so that I can go back to hearing what is happening and what is being said by my guest. And in the meantime, with your permission, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do, I will try and speak to people, some of them around me, just in the meantime, because at this moment I'm not able to hear anything that is being said because I've been disconnected from my studio. But very quickly before we resume, and I am able to, in fact, go across. Can you hear me, sir? Manish, sorry, I couldn't hear you. I lost that connection there. Go ahead. What you were saying at this moment.
No problems. I'll just recap what I said. That was just 10 seconds. I was saying that Rahul Gandhi ji has been doing political comedy for last 20 years without any audience. Right? So while the Prime Minister leads the nation, he only leads one meme page. That's it. But most importantly for Biharis, for us, I think where I was hurt, the way he actually denigrated Chhath Puja, it is such a pious puja. And he has mocked the faith. And that is something which I find it particularly very, very irritating and jarring, that he keeps mocking Hindus. And that is not in the right spirit.
How did he mock Hindus? Hold on, let's talk about this. While you are saying the Prime Minister leads the country, let's not forget, Manish, the leader of opposition at this moment, in terms of percentage of vote, is leading more people in this country. I mean, if you want to connect that. So while you are saying, all these comments, let's just stick to what Rahul Gandhi has said. Tell me, how has he said anything against Chhath Puja and Sanatan Dharma? Because that's also, one of the controversies that he's doing here. What has he said that has hurt the Biharis so much?
I'll tell you. He went, the Prime Minister went for puja in Yamuna Ji, and he's calling it a photo op. Is that not, why will people not get hurt about this? So that means he doesn't understand Indian culture, Indian ethos, Hindu dharma, and he has no idea about Chhath Puja is all about. And that is why somebody can comment on this while the whole nation was celebrating.
Okay, before I get to the Congress, before I get a response from the Congress party, let me ask you this. He made a comparison between the two waters as far as the Ghat in Delhi is concerned. So if he says that it was a photo op, because the BJP keeps saying Rahul Gandhi is a electoral Hindu, he only thinks about Hindu religion, he does all that drama. So while you make the critique, if Rahul Gandhi is making the critique, so what is so wrong about that?
Ankit ji, that question to me?
Yes, Manish ji.
Yeah, see, my point was that there are certain festivals which are better left for the people to really, commemorate and then to celebrate. See, politics is different, but please do not bring religion into this. You are a leader of opposition. You can obviously.
How did he bring religion? He did not say anything about Chhath Puja. He said about Prime Minister going there and taking the dip at the water, which was specially cleaned and kept for them. That's what the remark was, isn't it? So how is it denigratory against the Chhath Puja?
My point is different. I think the ethos of Chhath and what Chhath means to the people. Prime Minister went to the people. He was celebrating Chhath along with them, and that's something which is to be respected. He could have obviously said about things which are outside the, festival. But then he made it a point to insult the Prime Minister in such a situation, to insult the people of Bihar and all those people who are celebrating. Right? We don't call
Ranjan
photo
ji,
up. There is no photo up in
Ranjan
chat.
ji, you
Right? And also we have to, I'm sorry.
Okay, Ranjan ji, very quickly before hold on, sir, hold on. Before I get Amitabh and Neerja to respond to this, Ranjan ji, you know the pitch on which the BJP plays. And the kind of references that Mr. Rahul Gandhi made, it could have been bereft of Chad, it could have been bereft of that. You've given the volley to the BJP. What was the need to drag it? Now they want to make an electoral issue out of it. You can't cry foul.
Ankit, do you mean that the report which you were showing earlier before this about artificial rain and artificial pond they have made for that, it is wrong, it is false, or it is fake? It is being reported by the NDTV na how they have separated two different ghats for this. So this is what the actually we are getting the actual report from the media and the media people. You people are telling all the facts, and the basis of that we are telling. What is
but so many leaders. Hold on. But so many leaders are. Sir, एक second. But the only thing I'm saying, whether the pond was created or not, what's the big deal? Rahul Gandhi did not make the effort. If he believes so much in the ethos of Biharis, he could have celebrated Chhath there. Who stopped him? If Prime Minister did, he's making a comment that will be used by the BJP.
See, Ankit, there is nothing like that. He has not celebrated. He had a word with 13 Bihari people on that occasion, and he came to know what actually the problem was. At the one hand, India government has declared that 12,000 train will be, allowed there to go for the festival. What was happening? What is the picture coming from the media and your channel? You know that very well that how that happened. Is that the 12,000 train is being started? Is the 12,000 train is being directed to Bihar? No, this is what.
Sir, but आप दो अलग-अलग बात कर रहे हैं. With all those critique, what was the need to hit out at the Chhath Puja when, including the Prime Minister, when he was celebrating? Let him celebrate. What's the big deal?
Allow me to speak. Now I'm connecting it to the point. See, the ethos and pious of Chhath Puja is not only to just go and take the photo off. It is about the people who believes in that. It is about the people who does it. It is about the India who celebrate it. It is about the godson which is visible. And this is the first pleasure, not the only India, even across the world it is being celebrated, and everyone knows the importance of that. Rahul Gandhi has just make a point of that. Rather taking the photo off, do the real things.
Okay.
That's it. Simple.
A quick 5 seconds.
Okay, hold on. Whether somebody is doing it with full shraddha or not, that is not for anybody else to decide. It's not for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to decide with what feeling with the Prime Minister was doing it or not. Neerja ji, Amitabh ji, hold on, sir, hold on. Both of you have spoken. I have two more guests. No. I have two more guests. I want to go across to them as well. Neerja ji, you are in Patna. Rahul Gandhi today, two things. One, saying that the Prime Minister can dance if that gets him votes. Then, in fact, BJP is absolutely hurt about this reference to the Chhath Puja as well. Isn't it playing on the pitch of the BJP? Taking what Tejasvi Yadav painstakingly is trying to make this election hyper-local. Rahul Gandhi comes in, speaks about Prime Minister, personal attack, which has never given dividends to the Congress party. And then also speaks about Chhath Puja. You've taken it, given the BJP a full toss.
Absolutely. I think, Rahul Gandhi has been so far missing in action after the very significant voter Adhikar Yatra, which had won him a lot of enthusiastic response. But he's been missing in action since then. He comes in and the narrative is going beautifully in Bihar. After a long time, it has been not caste and community. It has been women's rights. It has been unemployment. It has been migration. And in many ways, Prashant Kishore set that narrative and others have followed it. Even Tejasvi Yadav's voice, encapsulated in the manifesto of the Mahagathbandhan, focused on unemployment, as he said, jobs, and more jobs. And giving to, Jivika Didis, to women, certain amount every month, upgrading Jivika Didi status in the government, and so on. It has been issues of governance that have dominated, which have kept Bihar backward and not where it should be in leading other states of India. So now Rahul Gandhi comes, and the first statement he makes takes, you're really right, that he's now fighting on the pitch of the BJP. It is back to Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi. It is back to, I suppose it goes in their favor, one alliance against the other, but on an issue which is, how does it matter? I'm sure everybody, when they do their puja, do it with their whole heart, with full faith. And who am I? Who's anybody else to question that? And I think it's a false issue. It is unfortunate today what has happened.
Absolutely. And especially at a time when you are fighting 20 years of somebody being in government, you have to speak about their anti-incumbency, you have to speak about the issues that have not happened. You take it and make it a national issue, and that is something that Tejasvi Yadav, Amitabh, would be dreading, isn't it? When Tejasvi Yadav is trying to make this election about youth, about jobs, and his partner comes in and makes it then about the comparison with the Prime Minister, the election from being Nitish versus Tejasvi, because every time he attacks, he doesn't like the Prime Minister, he attacks Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister. Rahul Gandhi has taken it to the pitch of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You think that these issues impact elections?
No, essentially what happens is that whenever national leaders of either the BJP or the Congress come and give any speech or give any speech in any rally, what happens is largely they are talking on national issues, if you see. Because it is for the state leadership to talk about state issues and national leadership to talk about national issues. However, as you mentioned, since there is a 20-year of anti-incumbency and the issues, real issues are unemployment, corruption, price rise, etc., where the national leadership or Rahul Gandhi should be focusing on and trying to link it with even the situation which is there prevalent nationally amongst these issues, because these issues are also national issues. So that's how you create a link, even if you want to hit at or target the Prime Minister, because it's largely at the national level a Rahul versus Prime Minister Modi battle. So here I think Rahul continues to make mistakes, and this could prove to be costly because it's a very tight election. However, I've also seen that people largely are also not focusing on rhetorical issues, and they are also largely going to vote on the vision of NGP or the track record of the NDA.
Okay, let me very quickly go across, in fact, to the Congress spokesperson. Mr. Ranjan, you heard both the guests speaking as well. While the election, Tejasvi Yadav is, working very hard to make this election local, hyper-local. Now, this is what happens. Mr. Rahul Gandhi comes in, makes this election about the Prime Minister. So, do you think at this moment you've given an edge? Tejasvi Yadav would be, in fact, at this moment, would be thinking how to bring this back to Nitish Kumar to the elections of Bihar, sir?
See, Ankit, it is very, very obvious. I'm telling you, we are the one, we are as a team, Tejasvi Yadav and the Congress party and the other leaders of the India Gathbandhan are very much clear about that. As N. Chaudhary ma'am has said that we are focusing on the issue. And the issue related, we have done a lot of things. Since like last 6 months, if you see that, it is Congress party who has started the Yatra Naukri, Palayan Roko Naukri Do Yatra, and we have raised the concern issue of migration, we have raised the concern issue of law and order, we have raised the issue of concern of the Dalit women being atrocited, and we have raised the issue about the education, health and segment. And that's why we have brought enough of the opportunity in the plate of the Bihar for Biharis. We will talk about the youth, you will talk about you will stop the migration, we will talk about the women, you will talk about...
Sir, Biharis are talking about this only. Why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi not talking about this?
No, Rahul Gandhi has said, see, this is what, if you in the 24 minutes speech, if you see that, Rahul Gandhi has already mentioned about the migration. They have talked about how we are going to build a new Bihar with the new hope for the JNG and the youth who is going to around 1.62 lakh, the youth who is going to do that.
Okay.
Our intention is very clear. Ankit, last line, our intention is very clear.
Let me get Manish to respond to what you are saying. Let me get Manish to respond to what you are saying, Manish.
But
because the BJP and the NDA at this moment feels that there is 20 years of anti-incumbency, you are also latching onto a non-issue, something that possibly will not resonate with the people of Bihar, but you think that it works in your narrative to take the election away from Tejasvi versus Nitish to Prime Minister versus Rahul Gandhi, and that's what the BJP is doing.
No, it's not like that. See, we do not take Rahul Gandhi in Bihar seriously. As you would know that, Congress party is nowhere in this. They were browbeaten and bulldozed. So I always call that this time there has been Rahul Gandhi ji has been talking about vote chori, but basically unka seat chori ho gaya. Now there are 9 seats left, 9 seat lefts, and they are fighting against each other. They are contesting. What kind of a Gathbandhan is this? They are contesting against each other. So for us, he is a non-issue. right? But then if he will attack the Prime Minister and insult the Prime Minister of this country in this way, we have to respond. And when he will attack the the ethos of Indian culture, Hinduism also, then we have to respond. And that is something which we have been against as a party right from beginning. And we always feel that he's un-Indian. That is what I can say to the least. He doesn't know when to speak what, and that is not a hallmark of a good opposition.
Sir, like, let me say one thing, Manish. You like Rahul Gandhi is nobody to say whether Prime Minister was observing the Chhat Puja with all the devotion that is required. You are no one to brand anybody un-Indian. Leave that to the courts or to anybody else. That is
I have my
something
views, right?
that both of us cannot do for anybody else. But me,
reject it.
Sir, then it is also the views of Rahul Gandhi. Then how are you calling me Indian? That's. I'm just saying that it's easier. It's the same thing that every political party would do. Try and brand somebody else with whatever way you want. But hold on. Neerja ji, while Rahul Gandhi was not here for for about 2 months, the BJP was also asking this question: where is Rahul Gandhi? Do you believe that the BJP wanted exactly this? They knew that Rahul Gandhi will come and will take the focus away from the local issues. As the BJP keeps saying that Rahul Gandhi bats more for them than he bats for his own party and Gathbandhan.
And it's only the start. All I can say is the campaign is going to heat up now big time. We should expect it. And Rahul Gandhi, I agree with you. Rahul Gandhi is as true blue and Indian as any of us or anybody in the country. So we should desist from, making personal. At least let the politicians go for each other. We who comment on it should not do it. But I agree. Now the effort will be to polarize it between the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan to squeeze out others from the scene. And Rahul Gandhi, because it's his foray, has done what he is characteristically is known to do. So let's see. As I say, things are going to get heated up. I hope it doesn't become a vicious battle as it tends to do when that happens, and as we've seen in other states of India. Bihar is a very politically conscious state and has had a history of a lot of narrative will be a little better than, this kind of slugging it out between two sides.
Okay. Amitabh, can I very quickly bring you in also because you keep tracking in your tracker, you also ask people about the issues. Right from 2014, has there ever been an occasion where a personal jibe at the Prime Minister has worked for the opposition, for the Congress party? I mean, the BJP and especially the Prime Minister himself is also very, they lap up these issues. It's easier. We'll have to wait how the Prime Minister responds to it, isn't it? Initially, it was what was said about Prime Minister's mother and now Prime Minister himself. Has these issues, have they given political dividend and do they have an impact on the people?
No, essentially, of course, around 1/3 people in any election are voting in the name of the leader. So be it the chief ministerial phase or the prime ministerial phase. And the Prime Minister has this strength, you can say, to equate any of the insult or such attacks on the Prime Minister to make it an insult on the Indian populace. Correct. So he has this knack of creating this equivalence. So in a hyper-local election, any government which is facing 20 years of anti-incumbency would not want the debate and the discussion to be on issues or track development or the track record of the government. And that is what Rahul Gandhi's speech or any speech which is largely rhetorical brings away or moves away the attention or focus of the election to non-issues is which any incumbent government would want to do. Because they would not want to discuss on issues. They would rather be discussing on Rahul versus Modi or that insult to Biharis or insult to the Prime Minister's mother, etc. And now it is up to Tejasvi to bring the campaign back to local issues and issues of development and a battle between him and Nitish, which is largely a battle between past and future, you can say, because the youth of the state cannot relate to Nitish Kumar.
You're right. How much of this how much of this has actually hurt the Bihari pride, because let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, Bihari pride is also hurt when there are thousands of people who migrate every year outside this state, when they are crammed into those trains and are brought back, and when people call them names. Bihari pride is hurt at that point of as well. Whether this turns the election, takes it from hyper-local to national issues, we'll have to wait and see. But at this moment, thank you so much to all my guests for joining me on this broadcast. Thank you, Neerja ji. Thank you, Amitabh. Thank you, Manish ji. And thank you, Mr. Ranjan, for joining me at this moment. I want to very quickly just try and get a sense, ladies and gentlemen, from the people here, whether these issues matter to them or not. You'll see a lot of these, shops here in Patna. As I said, this is the Cow Gully here. Very famous Litti Chokha thing. RK Litti is also here with Pawan Singh, the superstar, Bihari superstar, Bhojpuri superstar, also here. And they've got... मुस्कुरा रहे हो आप, इतने सारे फोटो जो लगा रखे हैं आपने, सब खाए हैं यहाँ पर आके? कौन कौन खाए हैं?
राजकुमार राव, विक्की कौशल और संचिता बासु है, पवन सिंह है।
सब यहीं पे आते हैं आपके पास?
सारा लोग यहीं पे आते हैं।
कैसे इतने फेमस हो गए आप?
अब बस क्वालिटी क्वांटिटी मेंटेन रखते हैं, जिसके वजह से फेमस है। और क्या?
A lot of people have also come here to eat this. Can I bother you for a second? मैं आपसे 1 मिनट बात कर सकता हूँ? दोनों एक, यार ये क्या बात हुई? दोनों एक दूसरे की तरफ उंगली दिखा रहे हो, या तो दोनों बोल नहीं सकते हो, या दोनों यही अच्छा बोलता है?
यही डेली आता है, हम तो आज ही आए हैं।
कहाँ से आए हो?
गांधी मैदान।
गांधी मैदान से? अच्छा है, लिट्टी ठीक है?
हाँ, लिट्टी बहुत अच्छा है।
यहीं बिहार के ही हो आप?
हाँ।
कहाँ से?
ये गांधी मैदान के मोड़
के आसपास ही।
हाँ।
ये बताइए कि जब ये नेता बेता सब बाकी एक दूसरे को गाली देना शुरू कर देते हैं, आज कह रहे हैं राहुल गांधी ने मोदी जी को कह दिया कि अगर उन्हें नाचना हो तो नचवा लीजिए, वो नाच भी लेंगे वोट के लिए, तो ये सब फर्क पड़ता है?
राहुल गांधी थोड़ी पॉलिटिशियन है। राहुल गांधी तो कुछ भी बोलता रहता है, उसका क्या ये है?
कुछ भी बोल देते हैं, इससे फर्क पड़ता है क्या वोटर को?
पता नहीं भैया, उतना हमको पॉलिटिक्स का नहीं नॉलेज है।
अच्छा, so as I said, a lot of people have come to eat here, and what I will do, I will slip into a very quick break at this moment, and when I come back, we will talk about the election manifestos, promises which have been made, and whether these issues about Chhat Puja, Biharis being depressed or not happy with what has been said, do these issues matter? Or the voters of Bihar have something else in their mind than the narrative which is being built by the political parties? So take a breather. I will come back. Pawan Singh has given his okay to the RK Litti, and I will later try this as well. Coming back, sit you.
In Bihar, बहुत पॉलिटिक्स है. The year's election super final. Can Jai Viru storm the palace? Or will Bihar double engine defend? Fierce fight, electric election. Biggest team, biggest coverage. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
The most coveted invitation in the Indian corporate golf calendar, where top corporates go head-to-head with the finest professional golfers. An exclusive circuit across multiple cities, aspirational, unforgettable. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, is here. The course of champions, the conversation of leaders. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, coming soon, stay tuned.
Election season is here again. The battle for Bihar begins.
नीतीश जी का बिहार चलाने योग्य नहीं।
बिहार जैसे राज्य में इतना भरोसा लोगों ने किया.
India's #1 network locked and loaded. The OG of election reporting.
ये सवाल पूछे जाते हैं कि फलाना जाति की क्या आबादी है. सरकार के पास जरूर ये आंकड़े होने चाहिए.
Elections in our DNA. In the heart of every voter.
वोट चोरी मुद्दा है भी और नहीं भी है.
NDTV 24/7, India's election engine.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right, and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Rajkol begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Rajkol, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। काजी, रोहन, come on stage.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot.
Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
When it comes to elections, I am a journalist, analyst, commentator, and an advisor.
My point of view is not for the faint-hearted.
Nothing escapes my eyes. Not the leaders, not their agendas, not even the real game of elections.
हम सबको खबर देते हैं, हम सबकी खबर लेते हैं, चुनावों की भी, दावों की भी। बिहार की सोच, बिहार का फैसला।
पत्रकारिता का जो पहलू दिखता नहीं, वो हम दिखाते हैं।
इलेक्शंस की सारी खबरें मेरे साथ।
Watch me cover the Bihar battleground on NDTV 24/7.
ये प्रण हम लोगों का है, इसको हम लोग जो है मिलकर के जो है पूरा करेंगे और साथ ही साथ जो है इसमें बड़ी घोषणाएं जो है हम लोगों ने की है। अब देखिएगा, संविदा कर्मी, आउटसोर्सिंग कर्मी, कर्मचारियों को तो हम लोग जो है स्थायी करेंगे। साथ ही साथ ओपीएस जो है, ओल्ड पेंशन जो स्कीम जो था, वो जो है हम लोग लागू करने का काम करेंगे। और ख़ास तौर पे पत्रकार भाइयों के लिए कमिश्नरी वाइज जो है, प्रमंडलीय वाइज प्रेस क्लब जो है वो बनाया जाएगा। और
इस वक्त तभी जमेगा तब लोग कहेंगे भाई कि तो मैनिफेस्टो में नाम तेजस्वी का आ गया है, तो मुख्यमंत्री का फेस जो है वो एक प्रकार से कमिटमेंट कर रहा है जनता के साथ। इसका मायने नहीं होगा।
भाई से कहूंगा तो वो मेरी बात नहीं मानेंगे। वो आज की तारीख में लालू यादव और ये कांग्रेस के बंधुआ मजदूर हैं। बंधुआ मजदूर ही उनको मानते हैं। है हिम्मत तेजस्वी यादव में, लालू यादव में, राहुल गांधी में ये घोषणा कर दें कि अगर 18% और 20% आबादी बिहार में मुसलमानों का है तो वो मुख्यमंत्री होगा। मुख्यमंत्री नहीं, मुख्यमंत्री तो लालूए जी के बाल बच्चा होंगे, कोई दूसरा यादव भी नहीं होगा। इसलिए लालू यादव किसी को न मुख्यमंत्री मुसलमान को बनाएंगे न
Promises can be made, whether they are kept or not, and how much do they have an impact on the voters. Actually, let me take it to a few of the voters. क्या नाम है भैया आपका?
मनीष।
कहाँ से हैं?
पटना, रामकृष्णा नगर।
कृष्णा नगर से। तो पटना क्या खाने आए हैं आज?
आज मोमोज।
मोमोज अच्छे हैं यहाँ के मोमोज?
हाँ।
पसंद है आपको?
बहुत।
अक्सर आते हैं?
अक्सर।
कौन से वाले खाते हैं?
कुरकुरे।
कुरकुरे मोमोज। ये चुनाव में किसके वादे बड़े कुरकुरे समझ में आ रहे हैं, एनडीए के या महागठबंधन के? इतने सारे प्रोमिसेस लोग कर रहे हैं, 10,000 देंगे, 30,000 देंगे, हर घर को नौकरी देंगे।
किसी को नौकरी नहीं मिलेगा।
किसी को नहीं मिलेगा? क्यों?
कुछ है ही नहीं यहाँ।
तो वो लाएंगे ना, गहने फैक्ट्री ले आएंगे हम सब लोग। अब तक नहीं लाए तो अब क्या लाएंगे?
कभी नहीं आएगा यहाँ फैक्ट्री।
क्यों नहीं आएगा भाई?
नहीं आएगा।
अरे पर क्यों नहीं आएगा बताओ तो। आप तो नेताजी का काम आसान कर रहे हो, कह रहे आपने कहा था फैक्ट्री कभी नहीं आएगा इसलिए कभी नहीं आएगा।
यहाँ उस टाइप का है नहीं बिहार में फैक्ट्री लगाने का।
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है। आप क्या करते हैं?
हम तो अभी जॉब करते हैं।
कहाँ पे?
बैंक ऑफ इंडिया।
तो सरकारी नौकरी मिल जाए तो ठीक है, वरना
सरकारी नहीं है मेरा,
प्राइवेट बैंक है। लेकिन वैसे लोगों को बैंक में या सरकारी नौकरी मिल जाए तो ठीक है, वरना कुछ नहीं है।
कुछ।
चलिए, आपके मोमोज तैयार हो गए हैं, कुरकुरे, आप कुरकुरे मोमोज खा लीजिए। धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। आई एम टेकिंग अ वेरी स्मॉल ब्रेक एट दिस मोमेंट। आई एम कमिंग बैक, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, स्टे ट्यून्ड।
When it comes to elections, I am a journalist, analyst, commentator, and an advisor.
My point of view is not for the faint-hearted.
Nothing escapes my eyes. Not the leaders, not their agendas, not even the real game of elections.
हम सबको खबर देते हैं, हम सबकी खबर लेते हैं, चुनावों की भी, दावों की भी। बिहार की सोच, बिहार का फैसला।
पत्रकारिता का जो पहलू दिखता नहीं वो हम दिखाते हैं।
इलेक्शंस की सारी खबरें मेरे साथ।
Watch me cover the Bihar battleground on NDTV 24/7.
In Bihar, बहुत पॉलिटिक्स है. The year's election super final. Can Jai Viru storm the palace? Or will Bihar double engine defend? Fierce fight, electric election. Biggest team, biggest coverage. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
The most coveted invitation in the Indian corporate golf calendar, where top corporates go head-to-head with the finest professional golfers. An exclusive circuit across multiple cities, aspirational, unforgettable. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf pro-am, is here. The course of champions, the conversation of leaders. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, coming soon, stay tuned.
Election season is here again. The battle for Bihar begins.
नीतीश जी का बिहार चलाने योग्य नहीं।
बिहार जैसे राज्य में इतना भरोसा लोगों ने किया।
India's #1 network locked and loaded. The OG of election reporting.
ये सवाल पूछे जाते हैं कि फलाना जाति की क्या आबादी है। सरकार के पास जरूर ये आंकड़े होने चाहिए।
Elections in our DNA. In the heart of every voter.
वोट चोरी मुद्दा है भी और नहीं भी है।
NDTV 24/7, India's election engine.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindoor.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits.
There is some breaking news coming in at this moment from Patna. RJD has expelled 10 party workers and leaders for anti-party activities for about 6 years. Now, these are the names which have been written in their communication are the leaders, those who after being denied ticket were either fighting as independents or were supporting the candidate against the RJD's official candidate. So 10 such leaders from the RJD have been expelled for 6 years. All political parties are trying to do this because to try and stem the rebellion. That has, in close fights, it becomes a very crucial and important factor. So the news coming in is that RJD has expelled 10 of its political workers and leaders because of anti-party activities for 6 years. Whether it does stem the rebellion, it helps them or not, that will only be known on the result day. That is the 14th of November. But trust me, whatever happens on 14th, till the time the election fever is on, I will keep getting you everything from the ground here in Patna. So stay tuned to the best election coverage, a 360-degree view from NDTV. This is Ankit Tyagi signing off with my colleague Ashwini.
other opposition parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Rajkol begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Rajkol, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
मजे को दुगुना करना है, मजे को तीन गुना करना है। काजी, रोहन, दोबारा से।
The battle for Bihar is on. Bihar on a turning pitch, or captain stays the same. NDTV hosts the biggest pre-poll event. Bihar's warriors, challengers and biggest faces live. NDTV Power Play Bihar. Unmissable in Patna, November 1st.
We unveil NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, the course of champions, the conversation of leaders.
What a stellar lineup we have here on the stage of the NDTV World Summit to announce the launch of the NDTV Pro-Am. Arguably India's greatest cricketer, one of India's most distinguished bureaucrats, a top international golfer and also a top Indian pro at the moment. One administrator who's doing more to lift the profile of Indian golf than anyone has in the recent years.
All the top champions, the Tiger Woods, will all come from India in future.
It's great to be here. Golf is growing across the globe and here in India as well.
Whereas now the opportunities are increasing a lot. Thank you very much. You're starting golf. We want to thank you.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that's very, very important.
When it comes to elections, I am a journalist, analyst, commentator, and an advisor.
My point of view is not for the faint-hearted.
Nothing escapes my eyes. Not the leaders, not their agendas, not even the real game of elections.
हम सबको खबर देते हैं, हम सबकी खबर लेते हैं, चुनावों की भी, दावों की भी। बिहार की सोच, बिहार का फैसला।
पत्रकारिता का जो पहलू दिखता नहीं, वो हम दिखाते हैं।
इलेक्शंस की सारी खबरें मेरे साथ,
Watch me cover the Bihar battleground on NDTV 24/7.
In Bihar, बहुत पॉलिटिक्स है. The year's election super final.
Hello everybody, you're watching NDTV and this is the Southern View. Veera, as usual, joins us from the land of polls, the mother of democracy. Is in Patna today and he has some wonderful reports to share with us. But yes, today was the big day of grand rallies. Home Minister Amit Shah was in Bihar. Also, Tejasvi Yadav and Rahul Gandhi held two joint sabhas. We'll get you all that and more. Veera, what's the mood on the ground there?
Well, you've already mentioned the big stories of the day, Vasudha. There's not much for me to mention. Prabhakar Kumar and Prashant joined me today. Big day as far as rallies, Prabhakar.
Yeah, super Wednesday, I would say. Super Wednesday because you had likes of Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Yogi Adityanath, Rekha Gupta, Mohan Yadav. So all the big names in fray. You had Rahul Gandhi, Tejasvi Yadav. All the big names of the country, they were in fray. They were campaigning and they were holding public rallies all across Bihar. So today was a real Super Wednesday, I would say.
Super Wednesday, says Prabhakar. Defining image of the day, Prashant, as we head into the headlines.
Well, I think Rahul Gandhi has made a statement today.
That's right, finally back in action.
Yes, back in action. He's made a statement which is, which might snowball into a controversy in the days to come. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens, says Prashant. But you take us through the headlines, Vasudha. We'll have all that lined up in just a bit.
Absolutely. The big statement to which Dharmendra Pradhan seems to have directed, all with regard to the pride of Biharis. We'll get to that in just a bit. But first up, the headlines. Cloud seeding trials put on hold in the national capital today after the failure that happened yesterday. Delhi Environment Minister says this is due to low moisture content in the clouds. But he has also said that cloud seeding trials will go on. Aam Aadmi Party has called it a complete failure of Delhi government. President of India Draupadi Murmu flies in the Rafale today. She posed with the first woman Rafale pilot, squadron leader Shivani Singh, and she has also Pakistani media has claimed had actually claimed that she was captured in Operation Sindoor. That's the picture that I'm talking about. Well, as Bihar's high-stakes election battle heats up, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has put speculation to rest today, declaring that there's no vacancy when it comes to the Prime Minister's seat or even when it comes to the Chief Minister's seat in Bihar. He has firmly backed Nitish Kumar as the NDA's chief ministerial face. Remember, this comes in the face of the opposition asking several questions of the NDA as to who their CM faces, and this is after the Mahagathbandhan jointly declared Tejasvi Yadav as the CM face. Now, the message is aimed at quelling all this chatter within the alliance, and it comes even as the BJP looks to project unity and also come up with a manifesto anytime soon. Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi also launched the Mahagathbandhan campaign today in Bihar. This is him restarting his campaign in Bihar after he disappeared from the state on the 1st of September, and this is after he undertook this 18-day yatra on SIR, but he was back in Darbhanga today and he held two important rallies with Tejasvi Yadav, and he has made an important statement. If you tell Modi to dance, he will dance for votes. That's a big statement that he has made, and of course BJP has reacted to that. We will get you all those reactions in just a bit. Let's take a look at what people said to all that happened in Bihar today. Well, what we also understand is the big question: will the rhetoric that's speaking in Bihar, what will really happen? And here the reactions are ready. Let's take a look at what people said.
यहाँ ढेर सारे युवा है, सभी युवा राजनीति में आना चाहते हैं। ये गठबंधन की दो पार्टियां, एक पार्टी लालू प्रसाद यादव जी की, लालू प्रसाद जी अपने बेटे को मुख्यमंत्री बनाना चाहते हैं, और दूसरी पार्टी कांग्रेस पार्टी सोनिया जी अपने बेटे को प्रधानमंत्री बनाना चाहते हैं। मैं आज दोनों को कहकर जाता हूं, बिहार में ना सीएम का पद खाली है, ना दिल्ली में पीएम का पद खाली है। बिहार में नीतीश कुमार जी सीएम बनकर बैठे हैं और लालू जी, सोनिया जी दिल्ली में नरेंद्र मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बनकर बैठे हैं। आपका नंबर नहीं लगना है। मुझे बताओ भाई, जो लोग अपने बेटे बेटी की चिंता करे, वो बिहार के युवाओं की चिंता कर सकते हैं क्या? ये लोग कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी से जननायक का विरुद्ध भी छीनना चाहते हैं। अरे लालू यादव जी, आप कान खोलकर सुन लो, जब तक एनडीए है, कर्पूरी ठाकुर के जननायक को कोई छू नहीं सकता, कोई छू नहीं सकता। और हमारा मकसद साफ है, जंगल राज से रोसड़ा और समस्तीपुर को मुक्त कराकर यहां उद्योग बसाने का हमारा लक्ष्य है। और यहां रोसड़ा वालों ने तो जंगल राज अच्छे से देखा है। यहां नरसंहार होते थे और दलितों का अपमान भी होता था।
अगर आप कहोगे नरेंद्र मोदी जी आप ऐसा ड्रामा करो वोट के लिए, वो कर देंगे। जो भी करवाना है करवा लो। मैं कह रहा हूं आप उनको कहो कि देखो भैया, हम आपको वोट देंगे, आप स्टेज पे आके नाच लो, वो नाच लेंगे। नाच लेंगे, कह रहा हूं आप कोशिश करो। मोदी जी आइए, स्टेज पे आइए, भाषण मत दीजिए, डांस कर दीजिए, हम आपको वोट देंगे, देखना कर देंगे। जो भी करवाना है करवा लो। मैंने पिछली मीटिंग में कहा, देखो भैया, चुनाव से पहले आप मोदी जी से कुछ भी करवाना चाहते हो करवा सकते हो। अगली मीटिंग में आएंगे, भीड़ से कोई कहेगा, एक आदमी ने अगर भीड़ से 200 लोगों ने कहा मोदी जी स्टेज पे जरा डांस कर दीजिए, हम वोट देंगे, डांस शुरू हो जाएगा। तो भरतनाट्यम करना शुरू कर देंगे स्टेज पे।
Well, a lot of barbs are being traded, and also more importantly, while the rhetoric is playing out, there are these allegations and counter-allegations. Veera Raghav is with us. Veera, help us understand, how are people of Bihar in Patna looking at the big rallies today? The manifesto is going to get released of the NDA in the next few days. What is the expectation like?
Well, Vasudha, quite clearly, it's clearly the start of that electric phase of the campaign. As Prabhakar described at the start, the Super Wednesday. Prabhakar, let me get a sense from you on what you've seen today. Rahul Gandhi back in action. Tejasvi Yadav, Rahul Gandhi, and this is going to be an aggressive phase. You're going to have the Prime Minister come in. You have all political leaders out there. How is this panning out? What would be your defining image from today?
See, Chhat has just gotten over, and then you have your first phase of election on 6th, which means that on 4th of evening, the first phase of campaigning would end. So the campaign is at its peak here in Bihar. So talk about both the factions, be it the NDA or the India Alliance. You have likes of Rahul Gandhi, you have the Priyanka Gandhi, Tejasvi, joint campaigns of Rahul and Tejasvi. You have Mallikarjun Kharge. So name the
joint campaigns of Tejasvi and Rahul are very important because of the reiteration of the fact that the Congress and the RJD are together, just to send out a very categorical message of total solidarity and total togetherness.
Yeah, just to send out a message and also to reiterate that as far as the Bihar election is concerned, it's Tejasvi who is the face actually.
Tejasvi Kapran, as he said.
Tejasvi and Rahul Gandhi would actually be showcasing that and kind of reiterating that in front from the public dais when you see his campaign panning out there.
Right, and Prashant, you were pointing about the controversy that could spark off. But what's the sense? Sometimes, everybody keeps speaking on these small controversies. Does it really matter in these elections? Because it's also about resonating things around the PM's image, etc., and turning a little bit of an emotional sort of a card as far as the BJP is
Well, in the beginning, Prabhakar said that today was the Super Wednesday. Tomorrow is going to be the Super Se Bhi Upar Thursday. Why I'm saying so? Because Prime Minister will be in action. And today, Rahul Gandhi having made a very potentially, controversial statement saying that Prime Minister will seek votes even with his dances, by dancing. So it is going to be, already I have seen some of the comments coming from the BJP leaders. So you can be rest assured that this is going to be, we'll have to wait and see how Prime Minister responds to the comments made by Rahul Gandhi in his rallies
And
tomorrow.
let's also not miss UP in Bihar a little bit, because Yogi Adityanath is here today, and then tomorrow Akhilesh Yadav is going to be there. They are campaigning in Siwan, so that again is a polarizing campaign there.
Yes, we will see two big leaders from Uttar Pradesh, from the neighboring state. They will be in action tomorrow in Bihar also, Yogi and Akhilesh Yadav. So, we have our hands full tomorrow also, so far as media persons are concerned.
You have your hands full, but 1 second, Prabhakar, my one question to you, and this is a bit of a googly. What's the key difference between UP and Bihar politics? What's that core difference between these two states as far as their politics is concerned?
I would say not much of a difference, because as far as UP and Bihar is concerned, the optics are same. Only the name changes. It's the Yadav politics which actually plays out here as far as the Bihar and Jharkhand, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh is concerned. And you have Akhilesh Yadav there, and you have Tejasvi Yadav here actually.
Okay, back to you, Vasudha. We'll keep a close watch of all the rallies that are going to play out tomorrow. Well, the campaign will get intense here in Bihar.
Absolutely, Veera, but do stay with us. There's some breaking news, and this is to do with Dharmendra Pradhan, the in charge, the Prabhari of the BJP when it comes to Bihar. He has put out a post on X criticizing, lashing out at Rahul Gandhi. He has said, Rahul Gandhi द्वारा बिहार की पवित्र धरती से लोक आस्था के महापर्व छठ का अपमान करना करोड़ों श्रद्धालुओं की भावना को गहरा आघात है. And he's basically saying that he's insulted the people of Bihar by insulting the festival of Chhath. He has also said that Rahul Gandhi will pay a price for being anti-Sanatan Dharm. He has also said that he has insulted Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has been elected by the people of the country, and he has said that this comes from the feudal mindset that Rahul Gandhi has. And he has also said that this is to do with regard to the Chhath festivities that have just concluded in the state of Bihar. Let's take a look at some reactions.
राहुल गांधी जी ने आज अपनी चुनावी सभा में मर्यादा का उल्लंघन किया है. सभी हद को उन्होंने पार किया है. न केवल प्रधानमंत्री जी को अपशब्द कहा, अमर्यादित भाषा में सभी सीमा को लंघते हुए अपमानित करने का नाकाम कोशिश किया. उन्होंने बिहार की बिहार न केवल भारत के अत्यंत श्रद्धा की उत्सव, सातत्य के उत्सव छठ को भी उसमें से घसीटा है. उनको बिहार के बारे में, बिहार की संस्कृति के बारे में कोई लेना देना नहीं है. अपने सामंतवादी मनोवृत्ति का, एक परिवारवादी लोगों की समूह ने एक राजनीतिक आक्रोश से, कुंठा से, भय की, पराजय की भय से ये ग्रसित होकर इस प्रकार की अभद्रामी उन्होंने दिखाई है. एक चुने हुए प्रधानमंत्री जी को इस प्रकार की भाषा में कहना ये अत्यंत निंदनीय, और इसको कितना भी कठोर शब्द में समालोचना करे वो कम होगा.
मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं कि भैया सच्चाई पहचानो. आपके सामने सच्चाई कौन बोल रहा है, ड्रामा कौन कर रहा है, ये पहचानो. नरेंद्र मोदी जी तो आपको दिखा रहे हैं. आपसे कह रहे हैं कि मैं यमुना में नहा रहा हूं, और आपके सामने साफ पानी में तालाब बनाकर नहा रहे.
Well, as anticipated there, Vasudha, isn't it the kind of reactions that we've had as far as this Dharmendra Pradhan responding to the Rahul Gandhi comments, as you were just pointing out, Prashant, you think this will intensify, or is this just a one-day match? Is it like a T20, okay, we've had this now, or do you believe that this is going to sort of set the tone for the next couple of days?
No, Biraj, this is going to be, we have already seen comments from BJP leaders. Dharmendra Pradhan has just tweeted that he has sought an apology from Rahul Gandhi. I've also seen some BJP leaders tweeting the video of Tejaswi Yadav dancing with some of the boys in Patna just a few days back. So now BJP is going to make it a very,
So you had the Ma issue playing in the field when this Congress leader actually commented about Prime Minister's mother, and now you have the dance issue. So this will become one of the poll issues, and this has happened in the middle of the campaign actually, when the campaign is at its peak. So BJP would not let it go down. BJP would actually.
But will it have a resonance with the voters?
That is yet to be seen. I don't know whether this dance issue would actually resonate with the voters or not, or whether they will decide their votes on the basis of what these statements and tweets which are coming out. But certainly this would be playing out from the public diocese when the public rallies happen.
There you have it, the two Bihar experts saying that this is going to dominate the news, at least for the next couple of days, from the BJP's point of view. Vasudha, the MGB, of course, quite confident and sticking to its plan as far as the rally is concerned.
Absolutely, Veera, and I would trust the Biharis to understand their fellow Biharis, and we being South Indians will just leave it to them. Amitabh Tiwari joins us now, also Sanjeev Srivastava, both of them excellent political analysts who have been tracking the state of Bihar. Mr. Srivastava, to you first. So this, for me is my least favorite part of covering politics. He said this, then that person said this, and then people will get impacted because, generally the rhetoric just plays out. We amplify these statements, but clearly there is something that also resonates with people, isn't it? When you talk about Chhath, or the fact that Dharmendra Pradhan, the Prabhari of BJP, is calling Rahul Gandhi, he's blaming him of having a mindset that is anti-Sanatani, Samantwadi, feudalistic mindset. How is it going to really play out in the state of Bihar?
So very good evening, Vasudha, Amitabh, my friend Veera Raghav there on the ground. It's interesting to see him wearing a gamcha there, and great to see Prashant and Prabhakar as well. So I think, Vasudha, you said that this is the least favorite or favored part of you while, discussing politics or elections. Then you must be having this trouble of facing the least favorite part quite often. Because that's what politics... See, the real issues are different, and what rival parties pick up as scoring points or debating points or trying to corner the other person are issues which really don't matter much to public. Right. But they give fodder for debates, they give fodder for discussion, and they do keep the leaders busy. So Amitabh has been doing this great tracker, and like we know, what are the big issues? The big issues are something different. Whether... I think now a very big issue is what kind of impact Jansuraj is having on the ground, Prashant Kishore. Right. And because some of the images coming show him drawing big crowds. And what are the, even when I was hearing Mr. Amit Shah, it was very interesting, Vasudha, that the one problem, NDA may be having an edge or not having an edge, that is something we'll only know on the 14th. But the thing is that they have to keep going back to Lalu's Jungle Raj, Kushasan, Bhrashtachar, right, rather than talking about the achievements of their 20-year rule. Since 2005, it's Nitish as Chief Minister. So that's a very interesting observation. And
that's a very, very important point. Amitabh Tiwari, let me take off from what Sanjeev said. One of the biggest challenges for Tejaswi Yadav is also, expanding his voter base and not restricting it to the MY voter base. And his chances are just going to depend on that, if he's really going to get those EBCs and Mahadalits and Dalits and OBCs to vote for him. When a statement like this comes up from a BJP leader that he is anti-Sanatani, and that combined with the fact that the manifesto also talks about, revoking the Waqf Act, or the kind of, candidates who have been given, especially from the Muslim community, tickets from the RJD. Do you think all of this in some ways would also amplify what the BJP wants the voters to also believe, that the RJD is pro-Muslim?
No, essentially, if you divide Bihar into two regions, which is largely on either side of the Ganges, so into North Bihar and South Bihar, you will see that in North Bihar, due to the percentage of the minority community being higher, even in 2020, the NDA was leading by a big margin. So out of 140 seats, it was leading on 86 seats. It's largely because of polarization. In North, you have Simanchal, and it has a rub-off impact on other regions like Tirhut or Darbhanga or Kosi.
Right.
When it comes to the South Bihar, since the minority population is low, caste plays a big factor. So the Hindu vote gets divided on the lines of caste, and you had the Mahagathbandhan doing better here or taking a lead. So when national leaders come, I think largely they speak on national issues because they are not very comfortable with local issues. But here in this case, since it's a hyper local election and the incumbent government would not want to talk on issues of development or the track record, as Sanjeev ji has mentioned, then it derails the entire campaign because it then is like playing onto the pitch of the incumbent, which really does not want to talk on its track record of development or its vision. So if you are making any of these statements like these, it derails the campaign of Tejasvi Yadav. See, because unemployment, corruption, price rise, these three are top issues, let's say, in Bihar.
Right.
That's right.
Also issues nationally.
Okay.
So it is also very easy for a national leader to talk about these issues and then make a national comparison.
But the consequence will be borne by the local leader, the local important region leader.
Versus Rahul.
Right, very important. Veera, you wanted to add something.
Right. No, nothing much, Vasudha. I had a nice breakfast with Mukesh Sahani and Amitabh Tiwari early this morning. My sense, and obviously I'm not the Bihar expert, and I'll throw this as a proposition to both Amitabh, Sanjeev, as well as you, is that there is an 18 to 25 voter who hasn't seen anything but a Nitish Kumar government. They're the ones with whom unemployment is enormous. And I think that's what Prashant Kishore is tapping into. Now, how this crystallizes for the MGB or for Prashant Kishore's Jan Swaraj is going to perhaps determine the final outcome, is the sense that I get. But obviously, there is still that strong caste dynamic that's still playing. And remember, the expansion of the RJD's base from the MY combination to the EBCs and the others and the women could be crucially put to test here. If they're able to manage that, then I think it will be an extremely close contest to watch out for.
Very nicely said. Mr. Srivastava, let me take that Jan Swaraj question because I've been speaking to a lot of youngsters and they said, हम लोग केसी सिन्हा की पढ़ाई, books पढ़ते थे, like, he's an author, he's an important guy. The fact that many of these, candidates of Jan Swaraj are also people that Biharis are extremely familiar with, and people that people of Bihar have respected. Does that make a difference, Mr. Srivastava?
See, Vasudha, one thing you have to give it to Prashant Kishore. I was always very cynical of him. I thought, analysts and advisors can do this much and not go beyond that. But Prashant Kishore has, of course, moved beyond the drawing board and chessboard politics to hit the ground and has developed some kind of a constituency and a party cadre and a workers group around him. What he delivers in terms of votes is $1 million question. Really, it's very difficult to hazard a guess. Maybe I'll be able to talk a little more about it once I reach Bihar later this month and be there for a week or so. But even then, you can only understand as much you can understand. But Prashant Kishore is the factor. Also very important is whose votes will he be taking more? Because he will definitely be taking votes both of NDA and India.
Right.
But whose votes will he be chipping into more?
Right.
This 18 to 25 Gen Z, which we just mentioned and also Amitabh has talked about in his trackers, it's very interestingly poised that the women versus the Gen Z vote. The women looked always to be inclined towards Nitish if the track record goes and last few elections go.
Right.
The Gen Z, like you rightly pointed out, hasn't seen the so-called alleged Lalu Jungle Raj.
Yes.
So they come on a
Mr. Srivastava, you know, this jungle Raj, when I speak to the BJP guys, Amitabh Tiwari, I would like you to answer this. They tell me that the jungle Raj did make a comeback in the form of very short tenures, you know, 17 months. Tejasvi Yadav did come back as Deputy Chief Minister and, of course, as a minister. Does that really make a difference? Because they tell me that, you know, while 18 to 25 is a tricky lot, the fact that once you hit the age of 30 and you want stability in your life, those people are voting for NDA, and that's what we're concerned with.
See, if you go on the ground and speak to the core vote block of the NDA, which is, let's say, largely the upper caste and the non-Yadav OBCs, you will find that even after 20 years of Nitish rule, the one big distinguishing factor is the fear factor of the alleged jungle Raj. That still works, at least among the core vote block of the NDA, to keep it all together so that disgruntled or discontented voters from its core vote block do not meander towards a Mahagathbandhan or a Jan Swaraj party.
Right.
Now, when we talk about the youth, see, youth 18 to 29 are 25% of population, of voter base, not 50% of the population as is imagined, because 0 to 18 do not vote. So if the youth, in the absence of a Jan Swaraj, would have largely veered towards Tejasvi, and this could have changed the outcome. Now, if this youth veers towards partly to Tejasvi and partly to Jan Swaraj, then it is causing a diversion.
I think that's a very important point. Veera, you and Amitabh also met Mukesh Sahni in the morning. He's a prospective Deputy Chief Minister. Tell us a little bit about that meeting.
The youth of the MGB, Vasudha. And I asked him, you know, I specifically, you know, he had a, you know, we had political statements over idli. You guys can listen in. He makes a political point over not eating idli. Listen in.
इडली भी है एंड देयर इज सांबार. इडली का खासियत ये है कि इडली चोखा के साथ भी जाता है, सांबार के साथ भी जाता है. ये पूरा चुनाव में इडली नहीं खाएंगे. There is an idli. Let me serve you an idli as well. And there is सांबार. तो ये इडली का खासियत ये है कि इडली चोखा के साथ भी जाता है, सांबार के साथ भी जाता है. इज दैट ट्रू ऑफ बिहार पॉलिटिशियंस? वो कोई भी अलायंस के साथ जा सकते हैं? बिहार पॉलिटिशियंस इडली की तरह है?
नहीं, ये ऐसी बात नहीं है. सिचुएशन होता है, बट अभी हम लोग विचार से बंधे हुए. अगर ऐसा बात है तो फिर मुझे इडली नहीं खाना है.
नहीं, इडली आपका ही है. यू कैन हैव इडली.
बट इडली के साथ कोई डील नहीं ना.
इडली के साथ. No, but I want to understand. You see, the MGB has projected you as the Deputy Chief Minister face. Your party has 2-3% vote share. How does a party with 2-3% vote share become so important that a leader like you has to be projected as a Deputy CM face?
देखिए, चुनाव में आपके पास कितना वोट आता वो मैंने नहीं रखता है. दूसरा बात है कि आप चुनाव जीतते या हारते वो मैंने नहीं रखता है. चुनाव में दो ही चीज़ होता है, हार या जीत. बिहार में मैंने एक आंदोलन से अपनी एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बनाया है और पूरे बिहार के जो फिशरमैन कम्युनिटी है, मल्लाह जाति के लोग, ये 22 नामों से जाने जाते हैं. ये इसका 11% वोट शेयर है और ये वोट बीजेपी या जेडीयू के साथ अलाइन हुआ करते थे. मतलब पहले 2014 के बाद मैंने एक आंदोलन से, क्योंकि मेरा मानना है, हमारी लड़ाई है कि फिशरमैन कम्युनिटी मल्लाह को एससी का दर्जा मिलना चाहिए. क्योंकि बंगाल में एससी में है, दिल्ली जो है वहाँ पे एससी में दर्जा है, लेकिन बिहार में नहीं है. बिहार में हम ओबीसी में. तो मेरी लड़ाई है कि जब देश एक है, संविधान एक है, तो मेरे साथ ये भेदभाव क्यों रख.
Is caste the driving factor of politics in Bihar? Because you're part of it. What about issues of development? What about issues of jobs? What about issues of larger vision for the state? Is Bihar politics still revolving around caste and not larger issues?
देखिए, जो पहले से बिहार में सरकार में
This is true of all states, but is Bihar more caste based in terms of its politics?
देखिए, आप इसको इस तरीके से लीजिए कि जो लोग पावर में आते हैं वो अपने लिए, अपने कास्ट के लिए, अपने लोगों के लिए सोचते हैं. कुछ लोगों को, कुछ जाति को, कुछ धर्म के लोगों को इग्नोर करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे लोगों में असंतोष पैदा होता है और फिर वो एक क्लस्टर बना के अपने अधिकार के लिए लड़ाई लड़ते हैं.
What do you think Mukesh Sahni and the MGB's chances are in Bihar this time? You are the political expert. What do you think? Give him honest feedback.
I think
if you see from the date the election has been announced, I think it was announced on 6th or 7th. I think from that day the election is becoming closer, because what happens is that people are busy in their own lives and struggling for their livelihood. So once the election dates are announced, people get charged up. So it's a fairly close election. I think it has moved to
You think you will see him as deputy CM?
I think, see, any election has a 50% probability, and I wish him very good luck to
आप कितना confident है? How confident are you of becoming the deputy CM as promised in the MGB? How confident are you about these elections? Everybody says it's a very, very close election.
मेरे लिए तो सबसे पहली बात, सबसे बड़ा जीत यही है कि मैं इस राज्य में एक मछुआरा समुदाय से आता हूं, और मैं कभी सपना नहीं देखा था कि इतने बड़े राज्य में 13 करोड़ का जहां पॉपुलेशन हो, वहां पे एज ए डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर का मैं कैंडिडेट बन सकता हूं। तो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी जीत यही है कि मैं डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर एज ए गठबंधन के आदरणीय लालू प्रसाद यादव जी, राहुल गांधी जी के सहयोग से मैं गठबंधन का एक पार्ट हूँ।
सर, मैंने नोटिस किया कि शुरू में मैंने बोला कि इडली सांभर के साथ चोखा के साथ जाता है, आपने इडली खाए नहीं।
इसलिए नहीं खाया मैंने, क्योंकि कहीं पे भी जा सकता है और मुझे कहीं जाना नहीं है, मैं जहाँ हूँ वहाँ पे हूँ। आज मैं इडली नहीं खाऊंगा, ये पूरा चुनाव में इडली नहीं खाऊंगा, ठीक है?
ये पूरा चुनाव में इडली नहीं खाएंगे तो? अरे ऐसा नहीं, इडली तो ट्राई कर लीजिए।
पहले कहा ना कि किसी के साथ जा सकता है, तो मुझे अभी किसी के साथ जाना नहीं है। हम जहाँ वहाँ एकदम स्ट्रांगली मजबूती से लीडर हूँ। जहाँ आप जाने की बात करेंगे, जहाँ भेजेंगे, वहाँ पे लीडर में नहीं रहूंगा, वहाँ लोडर रहूंगा। तो मैं लोडर नहीं बनना चाहता, मैं लीडर बनना चाहता हूँ।
राजनीति बात की है, हम पेसरेट का लिए, आप अभी चूरा और दही खा रहे हैं। दिस इज लाइक दही चावल, हम लोग दही चावल खाते हैं, आप चूरा, यू आर हैविंग चूरा विद दही। आई विल ऑल्सो ट्राई दैट नेक्स्ट। जाते जाते कोई एक पुराना गाना है जो मुकेश सैनी को बचपन का याद दिलाता है, जो मुकेश सैनी का करीब है? आई मीन समथिंग दैट्स क्लोज टू योर हार्ट, समथिंग दैट रिमाइंड्स यू ऑफ योर चाइल्डहुड?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। कभी मौका नहीं मिला ना ये सब चीज करने का। 18 साल की उम्र में काम पे लग गए।
समथिंग, आई एम श्योर। व्हाट इज योर, आपका शौक क्या है? मतलब व्हाट डू यू डू बियॉन्ड पॉलिटिक्स? आपका व्हाट आर योर इंटरेस्ट, हॉबीज?
अभी एक ही है कि जरूरतमंद को मदद करना। लोग, गरीब पिछड़ा लोग जो सर झुका के जीते, वो सर उठा के
रिलैक्स करने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? आप गाना सुनते हैं? आप बॉलीवुड गाना सुनते हैं, भोजपुरी गाना सुनते हैं? सब लोग गाना सुनते हैं, आप भी सुन रहे होंगे।
इतना अभी टाइम नहीं मिलता है। हाँ, न्यूज वगैरह सब मैं देखता हूँ, फेसबुक वगैरह सब पे मैं टाइम बिताता हूँ। लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, कहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं, कहाँ पे कार्यक्रम हो रहा है, यही सब में।
भोजपुरी कहावत है, आप हमें देना चाहते हैं? कोई कहावत या कोई पुराना सेइंग जो आप कहना चाहते हैं, जो आपका डिफाइन करता है मुकेश सहनी का स्पिरिट को?
एक ही है लाइन, जब तक तोड़ेंगे नहीं तब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं भाजपा को, क्योंकि उन्होंने हमारा 4 विधायक को खरीदा, हम 40 विधायक को उसको तोड़ेंगे।
जब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं,
जब तक तोड़ेंगे नहीं, तब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
अच्छा, जब तक तोड़ेंगे नहीं तब तक तोड़ेंगे नहीं। आप
हमारे राज्य में दशरथ मांझी जी थे, जो दलित समुदाय से आते थे। उन्होंने एक पहाड़ को तोड़कर रास्ता बनाया। 20 साल उन्होंने अपना समय बिताया उस पहाड़ को तोड़कर रास्ता बनाने में। उसी तरीके से मैंने संकल्प लिया है कि बिहार से भाजपा को बाहर करना है।
थैंक यू सो मच मुकेश सहनी देयर, हैविंग दिस नाइस पेसरेट विद गुनिया एंड chura with dahi. We had a nice breakfast and he's off to campaign today in Bihar. Thanks for watching.
The most coveted invitation in the Indian corporate golf calendar, where top corporates go head-to-head with the finest professional golfers. An exclusive circuit across multiple cities, aspirational, unforgettable. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, India's #1 golf Pro-Am, is here. The course of champions, the conversation of leaders. NDTV Golf Pro-Am, coming soon. Stay tuned.
Election season is here again. The battle for Bihar begins.
नीतीश जी का बिहार चलाने योग्य नहीं।
बिहार जैसे राज्य में इतना भरोसा लोगों ने किया।
India's #1 network locked and loaded. The OG of election reporting.
ये सवाल पूछे जाते हैं कि फलाना जाति की क्या आबादी है। सरकार के पास जरूर ये आंकड़े होने चाहिए।
Elections in our DNA. In the heart of every voter.
वोट चोरी मुद्दा है भी और नहीं भी है।
NDTV 24/7, India's election engine.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
The front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. INS Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
The battle for Bihar is on. Bihar on a turning pitch, or captain stays the same. NDTV hosts the biggest pre-poll event. Bihar's warriors, challengers and biggest faces live. NDTV Power Play Bihar. Unmissable in Patna, November 1st.
We unveil NDTV